Hello everybody, in today's video we're going to look at a set of Denetella horse clippers. I'm Simon and welcome to Oakside Saddlery. So, in the box there, then these are coming, they need a repair, there's some damaged parts to them and things like that, but we'll have a look at them. So we've got blades, which look like Heiniger type style blades. They look like Heiniger type clippers. They're not a brand I've heard of. Not a brand I've heard of, but they look to me like Heiniger clippers, old style. They'll be the same parts, they're Heiniger blades and that on there, so they're going to be the same sort of thing. So we'll have a quick look at them, see what we can find, what's wrong, see what all these bits are that we've got. We've got bags of bits. I think the blade carrier was damaged on it, she said, and we've got a spare head. So this head has got a gear missing, so I'm assuming that this head has probably been used to repair that one previously. But obviously this is no good to us because there's a bit missing. So we'll get rid of that for the time being. We've got a set of blades, but they're not a complete set, they're just the two tops. And I can see there's quite a bit of damage on that one. And there's a bit of damage around the holes there as well, so they might not be any good. Them ones on the other hand don't look too bad. They're a finer version. See the difference in teeth sizes? So you've got more coarse and a finer version there. So we'll have a leave of them at the side. Some little bits in a bag here. We've got, whatever that was, some spare brushes, so they look new. Spare drive block. These look like laminated springs, but yeah, they are laminated springs. They look pretty good. They should be able to be used if these other ones are damaged. I've got another brush in there as well. Put them back together. Got a few bits there. Having all the parts is always handy, but you do need to know how to put them together. So, I can get rid of them. What have I got on here? Bit of paper, see what that says first. So this is the old bit, apparently, that was worn out. So we can see on there, all you can probably hear is a rustly bag. This part here should be a nice point on there that would sit, what's that blade, would sit in these. When it starts to wear, rather than gripping it in there, what it's done is it's popped out the side, and that's what all that scarring is on there. So that's knackered. But they look alright, to be honest. Inserts are missing. They're probably going to be the main thing. Leave them for the time being. Get rid of that. So let's have a look at these clippers. A bit of tied up rope. So first thing I don't want is the blades on, because if it's broken I don't want to do any more damage to it. So let's quickly take them off. So when you replace these, you don't have to take this screw right out, just have to loosen them. Once you loosen them, bottom blade just slide out and the top blade will come with it. So you can see again there, that one's been damaged as well. There's a bit of damage there, a bit damaged there, and them two are a bit damaged. Put them to the side. These points don't look too bad. They look alright. And they look alright. So we'll just push them up out of the way. Drive block's going to stay in there for the time being by the looks of it. We'll have that out because that goes flying. So what we want to look at is this. So, I can see there's the wrong fuse in there. That looks like a 13 amp fuse, just from the slight colour of it. It looks brown rather than red. So we'll sort that out later when we come to pat test. Plug it in. All switched off. See if it works. So my first impression is they sound quite rough. That sounds like there might be something either loose or broken inside there. So before we go any further, let's get them apart. So I'll unplug them again, because I don't want them on. So first thing we're going to look at, we'll get this drive head. Two little Phillips screws just in there. Problem with these is to get to the screw, that head is in the way. So that it sometimes can be a bit of a pain in the bum. What you have to use is a Phillips screwdriver that's too small, but then it can just fit. So you have to put quite a bit of pressure on there. You can see where this one has been damaged, so this has been off before. There they go. So I'm going to keep hold of the motor and that drive head at the same time. And the screws go. They don't go very far, these ones. That's one out. That's the other one out. I can feel it moving. So let's just get that apart. So our next part then. This gear here is all burred and broken. So that's damaged. That's going to need replacing completely. That wasn't on the other head, so that's no good to us. Let's get them screws out before I drop them. Looks like magic then, it disappeared. Yeah, that's really damaged. You can see this. Show how good it is, but can you see all the damage to the edge of that there? So that's our first thing then. We'll have to sort that out. That might be a new replacement head. I'm probably going to guess that that's been damaged in there as well. So we've got in here 4 screws. There's a screw here, screw here, screw here, screw here. We'll get them off first. So this is the smaller one. One's in there. That one in there. Cool. A bit tight. See the hair coming out. The other ones are sunk inside here. So there's 2 in there. There's one there. And another one in there. So let's get these going until they will come loose. That one's loose. That one's loose, I think. That one's loose. Not sure about that one. There they are. So, as we can see, we have a bit of hair. So a little bit of hair there. Nice little plug. So that will stop and restrict your airflow. We have got a little bit of damage on there. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. Might get away with it. This bit here obviously is attached to the motor, so if this part is damaged, it's a replacement for the entire motor. In actual fact, the bearings in there don't feel too bad. So let's carry on then. We'll leave that for the time being. To get this apart, this is a bit of a funny one. These are a bit awkward to get to because some of the screw fittings are in the wrong place. So this bearing will come off here. I'm not sure what that is in the top there. Not seen that before. You've got a little screw in there for the filter, so we're going to take that off. Can't quite do it. There's your filter. Let's get rid of that. And as we can see with that filter, there's a lot bit blocked up in there. Fair bit of hair. Got 4 screws here. So there's one there. Let's just holds this cover in place. One here. One there somewhere. There it is. One there. That's it. So that one's loose. That one feels like it's loose. That one feels like it's loose. That's loose. There it goes. So there's 4 screws in there again, which I don't want to lose, so they're going to go out there, otherwise I'll wash them. There's a little plate here. The idea of this plate is when you've got that cover off, when you've got that filter off, sorry, it stops you sticking your screwdrivers through and into the live electrics, which are going to be in there. So this little plate here can pull out. Again, you can see all the dirt and the dust in there. So these are our electrics in here. So this is the switch, little condenser or capacitor. All the wiring in there looks pretty good. Got a handle. In there then we've got the live is the brown and the neutral is the blue. So it's double insulated, so there's no earth. That's going to run there. We've obviously got lots and lots of hair still sticking in there. We'll get this cable off just because it makes it easier. So a little flat screwdriver to go there. One in there. them loose. So brown, as it's facing that way, is to the top. Got to remember that because this is going to be a while before I put these back together, so I'll be probably watching this video back myself. Got a cable clamp here. Two screws there, they're going to come out. Cable clamp comes off. We should then have these two wires. This has been replaced before because I can see all these. It's not a standard fit, not factory fit. I've checked that cable because that's got a proper kink in it there, so that's probably damaged. We'll have a look at that when I test it later. Now, I can get all this apart. It takes a switch out. We need to get the brushes out, so these caps come out and the brushes are inside there, and then we can pull that centre shaft out of there. So let's get this one undone. There's one in there. It's like a little clamp that just holds this all in place. Certainly not my favourite clippers for taking apart. That's so long-winded. Again, another little bit of hair that's just fallen out. Too bad. Let's see if we can find the gap on these then, because there's a little bit around there. So either my fingernail is going to fit in it, or more likely, a screwdriver is going to have to jam in there. I normally spend ages swearing at these because they don't want to come apart. All it needed was a little lip just on the edge, but no one thought about putting that lip in. Alright, I'll just do this, wait there. So one of these come up, saddlery tools. So if we can manage to get that into that edge there, we can just pull them out. So you can see that's popping out. And there's no lip or anything on there. Really bad design, to be honest. Probably design them better myself. That screw's loose, so it's not doing nothing. These quite often break when people put these in. They're like a ceramic-y type of plastic. Not very good, not very strong. We've got one brush there. The brush is good. No need to change anything on that one. So let's look at this side, see if we can't get the same. So all I'm going to do here is just basically drive this into that plastic a little bit and then try and lever it up. This one doesn't want to go. Same as the other side didn't. So just starting to move there. Oh, it's like glued in, that one. See that movement? No. Still don't want to come out though. No. Well, this one's taking some doing. It's coming out. It's just in there, and again, that screw feels a bit tighter this time. Yeah, that one was tight, so just loosen that off. As soon as you start to see it move, it comes out, and that brush is alright as well. So they're all good. So let's look at this. This either pulls out, or sometimes you have to really lever it. So this one's going to be in a lever. In there, below me. That was a bit of a grate. So I would say it looks like damage, but what that is they drill these to lose weight on it, to balance it, so that it's not heavy on one side. That's how it goes. But commuter ring itself doesn't look too bad. Bearing there's pretty good. Bearing there's pretty good. Inside here there's normally a little, I don't know what that is. So that shouldn't be in there. Don't know where that's from, but it shouldn't be in there. But inside here there's usually a little washer at the very bottom of it. But I certainly can't see one in there. I can see a lot of muck. I might have to shine a torch in there. There is something in the bottom of there, but I can't see what it is. There it is. So a nice little thrust washer it is. Sits right at the very bottom of that, in there. I think I've shown you in a previous video of how to put them in, so we'll have another look at it. So that's a casing. I can clean this all up. I should give that a clean. I should give this a clean. Sort that out. Sort that out. Figure out what I need here. Lose these big wedges of hair, and then we'll look at this and see whether I can get the parts and replace this. So I think that will be it probably for part 1. Maybe I'll put this in one go. Depends on how long that was. It was about 20 minutes or something like that, I suppose. So hopefully you enjoy this video. Hopefully you can figure out what can go wrong with some clippers, especially if it's things like this. So when they start making noises, you can buy them. You can buy the heads mostly. Most parts are there. So we'll get it back together, clean it up. We'll have a look at it, try and find some parts. Hopefully there will be a part 2. So if you enjoyed the video, give it that thumbs up. Click that like button, give it a subscribe. And I'll see you in another one. Goodbye.